Hey friends, my name is Deidre. I'm from the San Mateo County Libraries, and this is my assistant.
I'm Harper.
How old are you?
I'm 10 years old.
She is 10 years old. I'm also 10 years old. Okay, all right. Today we are going to be doing a STEAM camp project. Now, STEAM camp, S-T-E-A-M, STEAM. Do you remember what that stands for? Science, technology, engineering,
art, math.
Art and math. Very good. All right. Now, some of our projects focus on one thing more than the other. Today, we're going to focus on art, but also use a little bit of math. Okay. Now, I know the summer's not easy, right? Because we're not going on vacation this summer. We're staying home. And I bet a lot of you are too. And are there like a lot of people that you kind of miss that you wish you get to see? Yeah, like friends or who else? Grown-ups? Any grown-ups you miss?
Yeah.
Who?
Mommy and Pappy.
Miss our grandparents. Yeah, they live across the country. So, of course, we talk to them on the phone and everything, but also it's kind of nice to receive things in the mail, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, sometimes when you go on vacation, people like to take postcards. They like to get like the special card that shows where you went, and then you can write a message on the other side. But if you're not going anywhere, you can still make your own postcard at home, right? Absolutely. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do today. We're making a postcard. So first off, let's read a story about how much people wish they could be traveling when they can't. So I'm gonna share my screen with y'all so that you can read along with a book that is from Hoopla. Do you know Hoopla?
Yeah.
What's Hoopla?
Hoopla is this library app where you can find books and audiobooks.
And even movies and music.
Cool.
You didn't know this, okay. So Hoopla is free for you to use with your library card, okay? So if you're interested in books like this, you can go to our website in order to find out more. I'm gonna share my screen, and here we are. We're going to read a book called The Moon Ring by Randy DeBurke. And The Moon Ring by Randy DeBurke is read with permission from our friends at Chronicle Books. So let's check this out. It was hot, hot, hot. The hottest night yet that summer. Maxine and Grandma were trying to catch a breeze on the porch. Sure is hot, said Maxine. Said Grandma. And sure is some blue moon. What's a blue moon? Maxine asked. The second full moon in a month, sweetie, said Grandma. Hardly ever happens. Magic loves blue moonlight. Where's the magic? Maxine wanted to know. All around you, said Grandma. Just feel it. And that night, something strange fell from the sky, and it landed in the grass, sparkling and glowing. Where did it come from? What could it be? Could it be magic? Well, Maxine decided to try it out. I wish, she whispered, I wish it was cooler, excuse me. And suddenly, whoosh, it was cooler. The penguins taught Maxine how to catch fish and the right way to walk. And Maxine taught the penguins how to dance. A seal gave her a great ride until, yikes, Maxine screamed, I wish I was out of here. And suddenly, whoosh, she was. And so were Seal and Penguin. Penguin had never seen such unusual birds. Seal was amazed to be so far off the ground. Maxine loved riding with the giraffes until, yikes, screamed Maxine, I wish I was in New York City. And suddenly, whoosh, she was. And so were Seal and Penguin and Giraffe. Seal was astonished by the wildlife. Penguin marveled at the lights. Giraffe headed straight for the tallest thing in sight, the Empire State Building. The view from the top was splendid. I wish Grandma could see us, said Maxine. And that was Maxine's fourth wish. At that very moment, the moon ring leapt out of her hand and into the sky. Oh no, said Maxine, how will I ever get home now? But suddenly, whoosh, the moon went down and the sun rose up and Maxine was sitting in her very own bed. She raced to the kitchen. You'll never believe where I went last night. Maxine told her family all about her adventures. That sure was some dream, honey, said Mom. Mighty fine imagination, said Dad. Weird, said Louis. You'll never believe where I went last night, except that's the part we just read. Hold on. Okay. But Maxine and Grandma knew better. The end. Okay, so what did you think of that story?
It was weird.
It was a little weird? What do you
Yeah.
mean?
I don't know.
Was it something that like she got to kind of go wherever she wanted just by magic? That's kind of what we have to do this summer, right? We have to
True.
use our imaginations to go places.
True.
But I loved her final wish. She wished her grandma was with her and could see all of it too.
Mm-hmm.
And so the way you can make sure that somebody else is kind of with you is by sending them a postcard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get to it. What are we gonna need today, Harper, in order to do our postcard? You want me to hold that and you hold up the stuff? Okay, I got a list for you. So this is stuff that you probably have at home so that you can do this too. What's a thin box? What does that mean?
It's like a cereal box, a snack box.
Oh, okay. Yeah, some like snack crackers, because like the cardboard is really thin on a cereal box.
Whatever you have lying around that's a box that's
Yeah.
thin.
The thin one, not like a packing box. Okay, what else do we need? We need some scissors.
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 You do need scissors.
Can you show them? Scissors, okay. Glue. What's glue? Glue stick, like a glue, just glue stick or Elmer's glue is fine, okay. And then a pen. You definitely need at least like a blue or black ink pen, but you can also use some markers too. And we need some paper. What kind of paper? Just like
Any paper.
like one plain sheet of paper, okay? And the final ingredient,
A ruler.
a ruler. What if you don't have a ruler at home? Is there maybe something else that you might have at home that you could use too?
You could use a measuring tape.
If you have a measuring tape and a toolbox, but you don't have a ruler, guess what? It can also measure inches, just like a ruler can. Okay, so what do we even need with all these things? Well, the United States Postal Service has very specific rules for what can be a postcard. It has to be measured out to a specific size. It has to be at least this big and no more than this big, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna measure out with the ruler or your tape measure onto the cardboard how big it needs to be. And it needs to be at least, hold on, I didn't write this down, let me write it down for you. It needs to be at least 3.5 inches high by 5 inches long. At least 3.5 by 5 inches long, but no more than 4 1/4 inches long by 6 inches. So somewhere between this and this. Okay, so I actually have a regular postcard here. It's got a picture on one side and it's got a special place for your message and your address on the other side. Okay, so I measured this one and this one is 6 inches and like 3 3/4 inches this way. So it's right in the middle. And then your postcard has to be at least as thick as an index card, but no thicker than like our box, our cereal box that we got right here, okay? So I think the easiest way to do this would probably be to measure, let's just make it even, flat, even, 4 by 6 inches. So Harper, can you, using the pen or the pencil, do that please, thank you. Can you go ahead and measure out like 4 by 6 inches onto our cardboard? Okay. Now you might want to use, we already have the edge cut out there. Yeah, so you can just use that. So like before, Harper's doing it now, and I'll show you. Yeah, Harper's just measuring out along the lines. How high are you making it and how long are you making it? 4 inches high?
And 6 inches wide.
Okay, cool. And the inches are just listed right there. You want to make sure your lines are straight? Okay. So friends, we had also done this a little bit earlier, so I do have a piece of cardboard that I had already previously cut out that's also 4 by 6 inches. And you might say like, dude, Deidre, this is so boring. It's like just plain cardboard. And then the back of an old cereal box. Like, who wants to send this to grandma? No one is the answer. So Harper, after you have you've cut out your spectacular 4 by 6 piece of cardboard, we're gonna turn that into something a little fancy, right? So we've used the math. Can you show them your little drawing on there? So she's drawn out. Nice, perfect square. You can kind of see the lines right here. Okay, so she's gonna work on cutting that out while I tell you a little bit about what you're going to do next. So after Harper has cut out her piece of cardboard, that's the real postcard, her piece of cardboard, she's gonna put it down against a plain white piece of paper and trace it 2 times so that she'll get 2 pieces of white paper. And then these you can use to address on one side and then to decorate on the other side to attach to your specific cardboard to turn it into a postcard. All right, now I had 2 pieces of paper that I worked on before this video started. One is just whatever you want your postcard to look like on one side. So if, like in the moon ring, you pretend that you're going on all these wild adventures, you can draw out a cool like comic or a really interesting idea of where you wish you were going on vacation. You could even use things like old catalogs or magazines and cut out pictures and put it all on that piece of paper. Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Show me. Perfect, a 4 by 6, nice and even. So, did you hear what I was talking about earlier? You're gonna use that as like your stencil and measure it out 2 times. So again, the easiest way to do this, we already have these perfect corners on this side of the paper. So go ahead and use it like against it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then draw around and then you're gonna do it 2 times. So then you can just put it on the other side too. All right, so you do that. Okay. Like I said, you get to decorate one side however you want. I started just kind of doing a random design here and I haven't finished it yet. The other side is very important. So on a blank postcard, how this looks is that you'll usually see a line down the middle, usually. And then on this side, which is if you're looking at it, it's always going to be on the left-hand side. The left-hand side is going to be where you get to write a message to the person that you're sending this to. So you might write like, "Dear Grandma, here's my imaginary vacation to New York City. Enjoy. I miss you so much. Love me." You could write that on here, okay? The other side, you see this funky little square up here? The other side is for the address and the name of the person you want to send the postcard to. That's the way that the postal service, the mailman, is gonna know who they need to deliver it to. And then this funky little square up here is usually drawn on as a reminder that that's where the stamp needs to go. Because every postcard needs a stamp in order for the postal service to be able to mail it out. So I'm gonna show you. I actually wrote a message and did a fake address on here. Fake address. Okay, so I wrote my message on one side. I folded it in half, my white piece of paper, so that I would have kind of that imaginary line down the middle like you do on a real postcard. And on the left side, I wrote a message and I just wrote it to my dad. My kids call him Pappy. But I just wrote like, "Oh, I've been reading a lot of books this summer. My favorite is Ghost by Jason Reynolds. Like, are you reading anything cool? Love me." It has to be a short message on a postcard, right? But then on the other side, you're gonna put the address. And there's 3 lines in the address, okay? So you'll always wanna check this with the grown-up to verify what the address is. You're gonna write the full name of the person that you wanna send it to. So if you wanna send it to Grandpa, you can't write Grandpa in there because the mailman has no idea who Grandpa is. You'd have to write Grandpa's first and last name. This is not the actual first and last name of her grandpa. Then you're gonna need to write the number of the house or apartment or building that they live in, and then their street. And then if there's a specific number, like if they live in an apartment and they live in apartment number 4, you're gonna have to write the apartment number on there too. You're gonna write the town, the special postcode for the state, and then the zip code. You can ask your grown-up for help with any of this. If you say like, "I really wanna mail something to my best friend, they live in the same town, but I don't get to see them very much because of social distancing," then you can ask your grown-up and they'll help you figure out first and last names and the address of the person you want to mail something to. Okay, Harp, do you have your, nice. So she's got 2 white squares. Her perfect with the end. Wait, hold on. Are they all the exact same size? Can you hold up your other one right next to it? They're all the exact same size because you cut out one and used it as a stencil for the other 2. So after you put your message on one side with the address, and then you come up with a cool design, all you're gonna do next, I'm gonna ask you to do this, please, Harper, with the ones we already have. Just use your glue stick. So can you glue on one side, just put glue all over the cardboard. Boop. glue all over the cardboard, stick on that message. Make sure it lines up perfectly. Yep, go smash that on there. And then you're gonna flip it over. Oh, yeah, always definitely. That's a very good point. Put on enough glue so that it really sticks all the way down. Go and give it a good smash. You can always add more glue if you need to later. Okay, and then flip it on over, press it flat, and you're gonna do glue on the other side with whatever design it is that you made. So yeah, glue the whole thing. Yes. So that way you can align it all the way, push it down. Now I suggest you don't mail it immediately. You want to wait for that glue to dry. So you've got your message and your address on one side, your design on the other side. It's all in a nice postcard. So what we're going to do is put it under something heavy like a plate, a book, computer, whatever, and just let it sit for maybe an hour. After that, you can check and make sure nothing's peeling off. You can put a stamp in the top right-hand corner when you're looking at it, and you can stick it in the mailbox. Send it to whomever you love. So Harper, you're gonna make a postcard later. Who are you gonna send it to, do you think?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
Maybe best friend?
Yeah.
Don't get to see them very much this summer. Maybe a grandparent?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, and then what are you reading this summer?
Well, I just finished this book series called Wings of Fire, and
Wings of Fire. Yeah.
yeah.
What, you started a new series, didn't you?
I started this new series called Warriors.
Yeah, well, new to her, not a new series, but maybe some of you like Wings of Fire, maybe some of you like Warriors. If you want a free book, all you have to do is go to summerlearners.org or smcl.org in order to learn more about our program that gives out free books all summer long that you get to keep. And also, to sign up for a $1,000 scholarship. You're entered into a raffle if you're reading this summer, just like you. And if you win the raffle, you could win $1,000 to use for college later on in your life. If you end up making any of the projects that we do in our STEAM camp, you can take pictures and show them off online at our hashtag SMCLCreates. And with that said, Harper, does it seem like a simple project?
Mm-hmm.
Does it seem like a fun project?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to add?
No.
Okay. Well, we hope y'all are having a good summer, and we'll see you next time. Bye, friends.
Bye.